Hey everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope y'all had a pleasant week. I got a little bit off schedule the last few days because that video I posted yesterday morning, I forgot to post the night before. So since I posted one yesterday morning, I didn't post one last night. So anyhow, you can do a day without this old ugly mug of mine. But today we're going to talk about raw food diet and detox. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you are not already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you go hit that subscribe button and come back over and check out some more of my content. Got a lot of videos here, a lot of different topics. Raw food diet and detox. This is another one. Like sometimes a lot of these videos, I don't have anything particular planned, and I will say, you know what? I've been getting this question a few times. Somebody slides into my DMs on Instagram. And people ask me about detox. And first of all, let me make it very clear, and I'm going to speak very slow, and I'll speak very clearly. I know this southern accent's kind of hard for some folks to understand. But everything I talk about is for me. For me. Sometimes people get their nose out of joint. Like, I don't even quite get that, because what if I say something that you totally disagree with? Who cares? Who am I? I'm just some dude babbling on YouTube. So these are just the views expressed by one senile old man, and just kind of how it's come from my experience. That's all this channel is. I'll say it over and over and over every video if I have to. This is just me just kind of relating my experience. It's not me telling you, oh, you should do this or don't do that or don't do this one or don't do that one. You know, your mileage may vary. So anyhow, like I say, just my thoughts on it, because people do ask me, you know, about detox or what, and they ask me questions like, I guess they think everybody that eats raw food or, you know, follows a mostly raw food diet is all about that detox. And I can understand that, because I remember back in the early days of this lifestyle, when I used to be in a number, I mean, I'm talking 4 years ago, at least 4 or 5 years ago, when I was in a number of Facebook groups. And one thing I always noticed back in those early days was that there were some people that were just, that was it. That was the obsession. It was almost like a little cultish thing. It was always about detox. Detox this, detox this. I'm detoxing. Oh, the detox is tough. I detoxed again. And after a while, I started putting two and two together, and I'm like, well, this person's, you know, been doing a raw food diet for whatever, how many years, and they're constantly, year after year, month after month, there's another cleanse, another detox to do. Now, that's just never been my thing. Now, and then also too, sometimes people will ask me, the next thing they'll ask me is about, or one of the things they ask me about detox is what kind of symptoms to expect, what to do about them, should they have this symptom from, you know, or should they have this happening to them after having switched to a raw food diet. And I'm like, I don't know. You're asking the wrong cat on that. I'll go back just a little bit on my story and kind of tell you why. I never really felt that hard smack you in the face detox. And I don't know why that was, other than except that I transitioned very, very slowly. I transitioned to this lifestyle without knowing I was transitioning to this lifestyle, meaning that 6 months before I went vegan, 6 months before I started eating a high raw food diet, I had started looking into my health. I had started, you know, researching things, looking around online, and just naturally trying to take my health into my own hands and start to get healthy. Well, I did. There were natural things, and I've come to realize in these past years that when you start really trying to get healthy, you just drop the animal products. So between the 6 months that I started getting healthy and I actually became a vegan, went to, you know, raw food diet, I was already cutting way back on animal products. So by the time I even knew anything about raw food, vegan, I was only having probably meat 2 or 3 times a week. I didn't drink milk. I did have cheese. I did have eggs. But in other words, like I had already in that 6 months probably reduced my consumption of animal products by at least 50%, if not more. So by the time I got to this lifestyle, it wasn't just that drastic slap in the face. Now, I'm not even sure if I felt like I had some weird things going on in the beginning, so I don't think they weren't detox, they were just low blood sugar. One thing I didn't know on this lifestyle when I first got started was how much you need to eat. So I was always kind of loopy, I was always kind of light in the head. I would stand up, I'd get these head rushes. I got to a point where almost every time I stood up, I would get a head rush. And then as I got it for a little bit further, I'm like, dude, you're not eating. You're not eating. It wasn't like I was restricting on purpose, like saying, okay, I'm not going to eat this. It was just that, I wasn't used to eating raw food and how much raw food you actually needed to eat. And I was still used to that diet mentality, like you just kind of held back, you ate some, you didn't really go all out and eat, which is what I found later you need to do on this raw food. So kind of when I righted the ship and got started eating a normal amount of food and eating more food and getting more calories in, well, I started feeling pretty good right away. That lightheadedness went away and everything. So I don't remember these drastic, like the headaches. And anyway, I've never really overthought it a lot. I don't know. Our bodies, all bodies are different. I've been fairly lucky, knock on wood, throughout the years. I've got a pretty good immune system, pretty good constitution. So maybe I just didn't get the detox that people talk about. But I want to talk about the detox in general a little bit from my viewpoint. And, it's our body's always detoxing. Act like all of a sudden we never have detoxed any before until we started eating the way that we do. But the body's always detoxing. If your body wasn't detoxing, you'd be dead. Plain and simple as that. And it's not even, in my opinion, it's not even what I put into my body that's caused any detox over the years. It's basically what we leave out of our body. So, okay, our body is always detoxing no matter what we're eating. But you start taking those bad things away, and yes, it detoxes a little quicker. It detoxes a little quicker. It detoxes a little quicker. But my approach to this thing has just always been, it's just been kind of a long-term slow detox. I just never felt led to, in the beginning I kind of dabbled with the idea of doing it, but the fast and the feast and the cleanses and the special cleanses never really appealed that much to me. Maybe it was because also too, I had lost a lot of weight when I first got on this lifestyle, and I was trying to put it back on. But the closest thing, like some of the cleanses, the closest thing I did to cleanses, I would say, is going through periods of eating lots of mono meals. Now, if you go back, or if you remember when I was in Costa Rica, I would go on these long streaks. Sometimes I'd go 3 weeks, 4 weeks with no overt fat. And that some people will say, well, that's not that long. Some people go a lot longer. I won't go that much. I won't go that long without any overt fat because I just don't think it's good for the brain, the hair, the skin, any of that stuff. But I will tell you, I got into periods down there where I mono mealed, drank a lot of just fruit, orange juice, stuff like that, and didn't eat any fat. And I could definitely feel, you could feel it. You got real light. You could feel yourself lightening up. I've also done smooth, I've done some and I don't even like to call them a cleanse because I didn't say, okay, I'm going to do this for however many days. But I remember a number of times too that I would go on just like a green smoothie kick. And mostly, subsist on green smoothies throughout the day. But I always got those calories in. I always got those calories in down there. It was tougher when I got up here, especially doing the all raw thing. So ergo, that's why I've eaten more cooked food since I've been in the States, so I could, keep a little weight on. But no, I just feel like I've continuously got feeling better and better and better. Hey, maybe there is something to that. Now, what I'm going to say here, in saying that maybe there's something to that, I'm not trying to totally discount detox. I'm not even saying to discount a cleanse or a fast. I'm just saying I stay in my lane. I don't talk about things that I don't do or that don't pertain to my experience. But I would just, if you don't crucify me, give you a little bit of advice. If you think that's the way you want to go, okay. Like people talk about these solid food vacations when you get started on this lifestyle. There's a lot of value to that, to go on a solid food vacation for X amount of the time at the beginning of doing this lifestyle. I don't see any harm in that. No harm, no foul, and maybe there is benefit. So do it. Do it in the beginning. Do what you need to do. Do it to start, or set aside a period that this is going to be my detox. What I'm really kind of trying to discourage here is this continuing obsession and getting caught up with detox. Just like I say, there was just people in these groups that I saw that were constantly I noticed, because and some, before I even dropped out of them, I would linger for a little while. And I'm like, for Christ's sake, this person, they've been doing nothing but talking about detoxing. They're doing an island. They're doing a feast. They're going, oh, who wants to join me on mango? Who wants to join me on this? Who wants to join me on juice feast? And it was like that's all they were ever doing. And in that doesn't resonate with me at all. That's not something that I recommend. But once again, I'm no expert on any of this stuff, so I'm not going to sit here and condemn it all. I'm just saying, like, you can't live on this, this cleanse detox mentality. So I would just say, caution on that. At least educate yourself, go in with your eyes open, and just don't be continuously thinking about detox. I feel great. The vast majority of the world, eats garbage. So I'm going to tell you this, most people, and some people don't, some people do have specific health issues that do take a little bit more than others. But I would say for your average person, if you're switching from a standard American diet to a simple whole food plant-based, with a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables in there, regardless of the raw, the cooked, whatever, your body's going to detox an amazing amount just from that. So I think, like I say, sometimes it's just like trying to amp it up. People get into this, well, I can detox a little bit more. I can detox a little bit more. Sorry, I'm almost done. You're going to have to just listen to the air conditioner for a minute. And it's always a little bit more. So to finish off, like I say, all I wanted to do was just confirm, not my lane, not my expertise, nothing that I'm going to really advise people on. But I would say, if you do feel like that's something you need to do, and even if you've been doing it for a while and you feel you need to go back and do it, do it. Detox once. Do a good detox. Do whatever they do. Whatever the ceremonies and rituals are, and do your detox. Refeed yourself. Get back into eating, and then learn how to eat. Eat good food. Eat fresh food. Eat whole foods. Eat a variety of foods. It's about eating. It's not about this continual restricting and oh, how much longer can I go on, on nothing. But anyhow, once again, just my opinion on the subject. I'm not throwing it out. Saying it's a bad thing to work on specific types of detoxes. And also too, I won't even get into that. There's certain organ issues that people have sometimes, like with their adrenals and with their livers, and that can take some special detox. But in general, just don't get obsessed about it. So anyhow, just my 2 cents worth, folks. That's all this channel is. I'm no expert on anything. I'm just trying to put one foot in front of the other and feel good for as long as I can. Hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace.